Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm gonna be reacting to Fate Strange Fake, episode 7. So, first of all, yesterday I had a really big headache. It was pretty bad. I also kind of got a little nauseous, and it lasted for quite a few hours. And then when I woke up today, I was still having a headache. So I took some ibuprofen, and hopefully that'll keep it calm for the rest of this recording. But, depending on how I'm feeling, I might make a short post-episode discussion this time. But we'll see. We'll see. So, last time, thank you for clarifying the whole, does Shido still have Avalon? And what exactly did, the sheath mean in this specific situation? So, I got it now. What I am curious though is about, why did using the box that Avalon was sealed in bring in Richard? What's the connection there? Other than him being a really big fan of Artoria. I wonder if that's gonna get answered. But yeah, we got a really, really awesome fight between Enkidu and Richard, and I loved every bit of it. It was super, the visuals were stunning. I mean, the whole episode had amazing direction, and that goes, to how the episode looks. So yeah, this is the best looking episode so far. It was so good. Anyway, we get this line of dialogue between Richard and Enkidu. Enkidu says, "You seem to cherish your master quite a bit." And he says, "She got roped into this because of me. If I didn't take responsibility for that, the people who inherited the lineage of my clan and the name of the great first king will be tarnished." So yeah, it's not just, Richard's own pure goodwill making him want to protect Ayaka to this lengths, but it's also because he feels a duty and a responsibility to do this because of what that would mean for, the name and the title that he represents. But also I think there's also some, he would definitely feel guilty if he failed to do everything he can for Ayaka. Because, he recognizes that she got roped into this because of him. Now, that's not the whole, truth. He doesn't hold the full blame on that. But still, he's aware that if he hadn't been, if he hadn't answered the call from the Grail, then Ayaka wouldn't be in this position. So he'll just do what he thinks is his part to play. But yeah, when he says to her later on, do you really think I'm doing this because I'm a good person? I think you may be overestimating, my the root of my actions. And talks about him basically just being good for war, and that's what he was dedicated to. Which, we'll see, right? More on how Richard feels about that. Does he regret it at all? Or does he think that's just, a part of being a king and protecting his kingdom? Maybe, I don't know, I was thinking of a comparison to maybe Iskander, but that's not quite right. But he does regret it. He sure as hell does not feel it in any way, to the same degree as Artoria has. So yeah, he's very interesting. And if someone betrays him, he just doesn't really care. That's basically, he's taking it for granted at this point. Which is sad in a way, actually. Because, I don't think he probably deserved every single betrayal. But that's how he sees it. That's just a fact of his life. So I'm hoping that Ayaka might be able to change his perspective on that a little bit. That, no, you do deserve people who wouldn't stab you in the back at the drop of a hat. Especially since it seems like that happened to him from very early in his life. But definitely what he did on the battlefield, it's something that's no, that makes sense, that he understands that he must have done some horrible stuff during that. And people trying to kill him for that is natural. But he's such a really interesting character so far. So, okay. Assassin comes in as well. And they make an alliance with her as well. Temporary ceasefire. And she says she wants, I must defeat that monster first. I want to say she's talking about Jester, but she doesn't specify. And then Enkidu also says that there is a monster that they want to get rid of from the city. But they don't say who or what. And they say, it's just a black curse in a dark brown clump of mud. I don't know exactly. A black curse and a dark brown clump of mud. And then we see a visualization. If those two fused together and seeped into the Holy Grail, then, well, the planet itself might be in a little bit of danger. And considering who is saying it, yeah, that sounds like really bad news. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Also, I didn't say anything about this scene last week, but I really liked Gilgamesh and Tina here. He talks about like how Hippolyte made light of Tine as an enemy. And I like what he says, no matter your resolve, when faced with a powerful opponent, a child is still a child. It's still telling her basically to act her age. And then we get a little bit of info that makes a lot of sense for her. I'm the leader of the guardians of this land. I obtained my power by sacrificing the lives of my 12 elder brothers and 9 elder sisters, as well as my own body. This life only exists to regain Snowfield, which is the earnest wish of my clan. So yeah, no wonder she feels so obligated to do this. And in the way that she has been doing, because she's carrying not just the wish of her people, but also the sacrifices of all of her siblings that helped in having her be where she is right now. Though it doesn't really say if the sacrifices were voluntary or if they were forced to, which I think it's important. Yeah, no wonder the burden on her is so big, considering all the lives close to her that she's had to walk all over to be the one to carry this goal on her back. And then, yeah, we get those who lack self-esteem will lack it even in old age. So yeah, she doesn't really have the self-esteem high enough to truly go for what she wants and hold her head high because of it. She's just doing what other people want her to. Because, well, you know. So many other people have this writing on her, on what she does and how. Not much else to say after this. I feel like I already talked enough about Richard and Ayaka, but I still am loving where their relationship is going. And I hope that we get, you know, Ayaka's past properly, you know, from her perspective, rather than just getting it just from a third-party perspective, just rumors based. So yeah. So let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa. Who? Oh, we did know there was a Einzbern homunculi running around here, but what? So is she acting uh on the Einstbern's behalf or on her own behalf? But okay, another master and servant duo. Just a come cover. Just a copycat. Just a copycat. Oh. Yep. Oh, I I would not expect that class for Charlie Chaplin, but sure. I would expect that. Okay, I'll use this name then. Henry. Hmm. Right. Oh, okay. Even Alcides in this estate would take offense to that. They're just walking in? Mud. Hmm. Maybe Alcides is the monster Enkidu was talking about? Hmm. Of course, Alcides would attack right away after hearing that. Damn. I was supposed to say. Okay. Interesting. I don't think we've ever seen a bounded field like this. So this is a god possessing the body of a homunculi. Not what I thought, but fair enough. Philia. Whoa, that's so cool. Oh. Hmm? Oh, she's using a command spell. Oh, Berserker. Good ass question. What the hell is this? Excuse me, what? He's so cute. Hmm? Hey, let's go. Wow. Hmm. Seriously, what could possibly be this heroic spirit? It's just a mecha! Yeah, I noticed that. Okay. Oh. That was cool. Okay. He didn't seem that interested in interfering, but uh, Francois and Francesca are the same, so fair enough. Uh, oh, this time the bullet reached her. Nope. Oh. Oh. Yup. Now he already figured out that he's Caster. Whoa. I like that he's the only one in color. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's not good. Okay. He's just spilling everything he knows, huh? That fits with who he is. And of course, Richard goes with who he is. So interesting. He says, I will trust you. The person who is so used to being betrayed. And yet he still trusts every time. This was a fun episode. Since I'm taking out your bug in the eye. Taking an eye. Since I'm taking an eye. All right. So why is this god? What was she called? Philia? And why is she so hung up specifically on hungry? I don't know. It really did seem like she saved Hungry as a win, but then she's still following her around, so, well, following her, leading her by the hand. But, yeah, it seems like we have someone else who hates mages because of what they took from her. Yeah, take the Magecraft Society that took everything from our clan. But I mean, it seems like she is from a mage clan herself. But then when, oh my god, what's his name? Let me look at his, my notes. Oh, it's I'm thinking of the master for Alcides. That's why I didn't say his name the whole episode, because I didn't remember. Bastelot. Gotcha. Yeah, she's like, me? A mage? So, I'm not sure. It could be that she just was not raised to be a mage. But the possibility is there that she's just a regular girl. I don't know. We don't have any context whatsoever before we met her at the beginning of the episode. But hopefully we'll get there eventually. But yeah, despite her motivation, she doesn't really want to actually kill anyone. Not directly, anyway. Though, when Bastelot was telling her, like, tell me everything you know, and I'll give you a quick death. Yeah, she says, I order you with a command spell. Her second one, though she didn't get to complete it. With all the strength you have, take the city, and we don't get to see what she would have said because Francois comes in and puts all of them into one of his illusions. But yeah. Take this city and, I don't know, destroy it? But I don't think she still would have said kill, even in that situation. But hard to say. Also, the god Philian, called Alcides mud. So that's gotta be relevant for what Enkidu said last episode. Oh, here it is. I missed it again. What does an Einzbern doll want with me? You're covered in so much mud. You're already halfway out the door from your humanity. That you wouldn't mind dying together with that twisted heroic spirit there, right? Mud. I see. Because of how the command spells corrupted him? I'm not sure. Yeah. Einzberns? You mean the people who created this container? So yeah, this container hardly had any soul formed in it, so I was able to possess it so easily. It's as if it was created for the purpose of being a vessel for a god. I wonder. But yeah, that's when Alcides attacks her because she's a god, or at least that's the implication. And the whole fight starts. But yeah, I like the interaction between Alcides and Bastelot before that whole thing began. Like, even in this corrupted state, he's still able to say, like, oh yeah, he was this foolish king, and he had this really very outlandish dreams and ideals. But that is exactly why he's my friend. I will not allow you, someone who did not board that ship, to mock him so lightheartedly. And he still has things that, as Heracles, he stood for. And he can still cling to them even now. I will not apologize, but I promise I will never bring up this topic again. Huh. Oh, I'm guessing he means the topic of this specific person and Alcides' past, or just dreaming of the past in general. The captain of the Argo. I'm gonna have to look that up later, because the only thing I can think of is Jason and the Argonauts, but I don't think that's it. So, yeah, I really like that. It's also just like, damn, that's how strong the bond between Alcides and that person was being. I like what we got from Sigma this episode. Just how he was, trying to not circumvent, but just, let's say, play safe with all the person he's involved with. And how even before the end, when he was explicitly told, Valdeus does not trust you one bit, and he's gonna send someone after you. He still lied to him about who his servant is. Granted, it was because Assassin was listening, more so than because of Valdeus. But hey, that goes to show that despite how, I don't know how long Valdeus and Sigma have known each other, it's still, just very much nothing personal. This is just business type of relationship. And I like the little bit of insight we got in regards to Sigma saying, I've actually watched comedy multiple times, and I appreciate it, but I've never laughed from the bottom of my heart. So I'm hoping that we actually get to see him laugh before the series ends. But yeah, once Valdeus is sending Thorn over here. That I'm guessing that's like a person. But yeah, Valdeus was like, I've learned now that, or rather, I've been reminded not to trust mages after all. So, I'm better to take this precaution. So, that was enough for Sigma to be like, you know what? I don't think it's a good idea for me to put all of my my fruit in one basket. So I just let Savor and Assassin let them know what everything that I know about the war, so that if everything goes wrong from one side, then at least I'll have this backup. Which I'm a little surprised about, considering that it seemed to me that Sigma doesn't really value himself or his life in any particular way. But despite that, he is trying more than I would expect to survive. All because of this simple goal to have good sleep and good food. That's all he wants. And if he has to do all of this to achieve that, then he will. And I like that. But yeah, I think this is gonna be it for this episode. If you think I missed something or I didn't understand something, do let me know. But I'll talk about it more next week. So if you enjoyed this reaction, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.